It's been a long time. A long time. A long time. I don't know what's taking me so long to get to this video, but we're finally here. We're finally here. I've already started my last didactic semester, and I've been wanting to talk about last semester all this time. So let's get into it. So last semester, I got jumped. Jumped. Last semester whooped me. When I say whooped me, whoop like by the hair, like pulling me from the root. Like last semester was rough. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I made it. I made it. I made it. I made it. I think most of my struggles came from like imposter syndrome. Like I struggle with that bad in grad school. I don't know what it is. I didn't even know what it was until I got here. Like constantly comparing myself to other people, constantly thinking that I'm not good enough. Like it was just so bad. I think it really triggered it. Like I think it was spring semester when or no, it was summer. It was summer semester when one of the financial aid people messed up my financial aid and basically sent me a random email in the middle of the summer. Literally, I was on the last week of classes, and they were like, "Hey, you owe $4,000 and it's due by Friday." Mind you, they sent this email on a Tuesday, and I said, "Who got $4,000? And who finna pay it by Friday? Oh, is this a ransom? Because y'all gonna have to kill whoever you got, cause I ain't got it. I ain't got it, baby. I ain't got it." So I think I was like talking out loud or something while I was reading the email, and one of my classmates was like, "Oh, you're not on scholarship? Y'all are?" When they was passing out scholarships. Did I miss something? So then I was just like, dang, like, how everybody get on scholarships? Like, what's going on? Like, did I miss something? Like, immediately when I got accepted, I started looking for jobs. Was I supposed to be looking for scholarships? Did y'all look for scholarships? How y'all get a scholarship? You know, he was like, yeah, everybody got scholarships. Like, we're having a problem with our financial aid too. They sent us an email too saying something about our semester, but it's put our scholarship. And I'm just like, meanwhile, I'm finna come out of pocket. And y'all are talking about we're not talking about the same things, baby. I'm actually worried. You worried about a scholarship. I'm trying to figure out who gonna have this money by tomorrow. But anyways, that got cleared up. But I actually did run out of money, and I used some of the money from the summer semester to cover, because they went up in tuition. So I used some of the money from the summer semester to cover the spring semester, and that covered me, so I didn't have to come out of pocket for the following semester. But I was good. Needless to say, I was good. But then here come last semester, same dude talking about some, "Hey, Carell, just wanted to let you know that after this semester, you're only going to have $500 left of your unsubsidized loan," or something, one of them loans. And I was like, why do you always manage to email me at the worst times? Like, you just kick me while I'm down. And I was down that week. Like, I had just got a bad grade on something, and here he come with this. I'm like, I mean, there's no better time to tell somebody that they're running out of money for school. But come on. Like, you knew what, you knew I was down to my last 500 when you processed that paperwork back in August when I started. You could have told me in August. Why would you wait till midterms week to tell me that I'm poor? Why would you say that? Why would you send that? You didn't want to, okay, whatever. Cool. So besides not having funds and trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to pay for school or not, here comes somebody want to tell us that our master's degrees is not professional. So I'm like, okay, not professional degree, what that got to do with me? You know, I don't know what that means, you know. And I'm on field work. I'm gonna tell y'all about field work. I'm on field work, and my field work person that I'm shadowing, the OT, she was just like, yeah, it affects your loans. And I was like, well, what do you mean by that? And she was like, do you have any loans that you taking out? And I was like, yeah, but you know, I ran out, so I got to use the Grad Plus loan. I had to sign up for that. And she was just like, yeah, if all of this goes into effect and they don't think your degree is professional, then they're taking away Grad Plus loan in June. And then you would have to take out a private loan, which you don't want to do. And she was like, my parents took out a second mortgage or something. It's like a line of credit or equity or something like that. She said, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stress about this. I know you're telling me some terrible, terrible news right now because I'm running out of money. And now you're saying that I just applied to get more money And now you saying they're going to take that money that I just applied for that was going to cover this semester and summer semester, and it's supposed to go into effect summer semester? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Right. 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 So, I'm when she told me about how her parents helped her pay for school, I thought about the mother that I had. One thing Princess gonna do is provide. She gonna provide. I don't ever ask her for nothing, but if it ever came down to it, she'll put that house up. She'll put that house up. So I went to my mom and I was like, do you know what she's talking about? I described everything. She was like, oh, yeah. We'll do it. We got to do it. Take out a personal loan. We'll do it. I was like, see, this is why you my girl. This is why you my girl. She my financial advisor and my girl for real, because I was about to crash out because I'm just like, am I going to finish school or what? I just want to finish. That's all I want to do. I just want to walk across the stage. I just want to walk across the stage. But then that had me thinking. I prayed to have a master's degree before the age of 30. I didn't pray for the journey. I didn't pray for the trials. I didn't pray for the grades. I didn't pay for the funds. I didn't pray for my mental health. I didn't pray for it to be easy. I just prayed for the start and the finish. I didn't pray for nothing in the middle. And then when I thought about not praying for nothing in the middle, I was like, you know what? God gonna keep his promise. He gonna give me what I want. And whatever happened in between, that's on me. I ain't pray for it. I wasn't specific. And that's why they be saying, be specific in your prayer. I was specific. I just knew that I wanted my master's degree before the age of 30. And I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. He's going to let me have that. I didn't pray for the in-between. That's why I'm getting jumped. But it's okay. It's okay. Because I'm just keeping my end. Just trying to make sure that man make a profit off of me. Because I pray for what I pray for. He going to give me what I pray for. But you got to be specific. And I wasn't specific. Well, I was specific. I did say a master's degree by 30. And he going to give me that. So, what I do with that information, hey, man, thank you anyway, Thank you. You just doing your part. You doing what I asked. That's all I asked for. So I should have been more complex. I wasn't complex. That's on me. I'll take that. On top of last semester jumping me, I really thought that I was going to break my AB streak. That's probably the reason why this video hadn't came out for a long time, because I was fully convinced that I had broke my AB streak. And I was ambitious. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get straight A's this semester, not knowing what this semester really had to offer, because them second years, the people that's before us, said that not this semester, but the last fall semester is going to be our hardest semester. And I'm just like, it's not really that bad. Which it really wasn't that bad to me. Everybody else in my class was like really stressed out, and I was just cruising. Like, it's just like, there's nothing I can do. Like, this is what I know. This is what I can produce. This is what I got. So it's just like, I was never stressed out over things like they stressed out about it, because they're like, oh my gosh, everything is due. Oh my gosh, I can't remember this. I can't do this. This is too much work. This is this. And I was just like, I'm just here. Like, I'm a very optimistic person. It's kind of just like, I mean, if it's out of my control, I just stand down and let it beat me up. I don't know. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, I really thought that I had lost my AB streak or whatever, because I had neuro lab, like the neuro class I had as well. I did good in that. I think I had a B in that class. This semester wasn't my best semester. It wasn't worse than my last. No, yeah, it was worse. This was my worst semester. This was my worst semester. But yeah, so I had neuro lab, and I kept getting failing grades in that class, and it was just like, I don't know what's not clicking, Steven. But it's not clicking. And it was more so hands-on. All the hands-on stuff was good, like as far as like communicating with patients, working with patients, doing treatment plans with patients. Like, I was good at that. But it was like when it came down to the documenting and like putting it on paper what I wanted, and it just wasn't adding up. And it's just like, this is not going to determine what type of therapist I am. So I really can't really beat myself up, because like my teacher knows what type of person I am, what kind of therapist I will be, and I just can't put it into words. So that's what was really taking me out, like the paperwork part of it. And that's important too, because you got to document when it's time for you to, start practicing. So at the end of the semester, which was neuro, which is not neuro, but at the end of the semester when we had finals and stuff, I did great on all of my finals. Except for this one presentation, which I thought that I failed, which I really got to stop doing that. I really got to stop doubting myself. And I keep telling other people, let them tell you no. Don't tell yourself no, And I tell myself no more than I should. But I'm over here. I need to practice what I preach because I be preaching some good stuff, but I don't be listening to my own self. And that's what I'm going to do for 2026. I told my mom this. The voice you hear in your head, listen to it. I only listen to it. I be ignoring it. I be like, I want God to speak to me. Hello, ho. I'm in here. You know what I mean? Like, anyways. So, yeah. So we had a presentation, and I forgot, I had a scaphoid lunate injury or something like that, and you just had to look it up, you know, make a presentation about it. But my teacher, she goes in depth about stuff that I never researched. So it's like she's asking me questions about stuff that I didn't research. So I'm over here bombing. Like, she like, oh yeah, what kind of splint would you use on that type of injury? Shit. What kind of splint you want? Like, girl, I don't know. I didn't look that up. I didn't look that up. And she's really good at going in depth, but I'm glad she did that because now when I do presentations, I'm going to go the extra mile and look up stuff, random facts. I'm just going to think how she thinks. Even though the teachers that I have now, I don't have her no more. I survived Brittany DeSalvo's class. I'm going to get that on a shirt. Speaking of shirts, Clarkson merch. We got quarter zips too, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We out here. We out here. I got 2 of these. So, anyways. Hey, do I got ADHD? Yeah. So, yeah. Survived her class. Don't have her no more. Thank God. I love her. But I need a break. So, yeah. I thought I bombed that, you know, presentation. And she had posted the grades like the next day. And I was scared to look at it. But I'm just like, girl. F is an F, whether you look at it here or you look at it next year. So it's gonna be there. So I was like, you know what, whatever. So one of my classmates was like really scared to look at hers, and I was like, how about I look at mine and I'll let you know if I did bad, because I did the worst out of everybody. And my head completely convinced because she asked me questions and I literally stood up there like a deer in headlights. Like I was like, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. Other people answered her questions. I literally just stared there. I never answered her question. I just looked at her. And I was standing up there. I was like, any time now, she's probably going to tell me to go ahead and sit down. And eventually she did. So, you know, of course, F. Like, F. You think I'm exaggerating? I wish I had a video of me just literally staring back at her like, I don't know the answer to your question. I can't answer that. Won't answer it because I don't know. But anyways, I looked at my grade, 82. I had an 82. So I told my classmate, I said, girl, if I got an 82 and you saw what I did, you're good. You're in good hands. You're in good hands. Then some of my classmates got less than me. 80s, actually. They weren't like terrible. They just got 80s. And they were like really upset. And in my head, I'm like, how the hell did they get 80s? And I got an 82, and I literally didn't answer any of her questions. But then I got to thinking, I'm just like, maybe it wasn't about answering a question. Maybe it's about, like, producing good work. Like, maybe you followed the rubric a little better than somebody else did. And it's just like, okay. But see, that stuff like that, it's just like, you're comparing yourself, knocking yourself down, saying you got F, saying you got zeros, and it's just like, people are doing worse than you, and you don't even know it. Like, just because they are, like, top students in the class, they're tutors, they're TAs, they're gifted, they got scholarships, and it's just like, you don't have that, but it doesn't mean you can't be that. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't mean they're better. And then this brings me to another point. One of my classmates was like, oh yeah, we were talking about anatomy. Anatomy was a rough one. Anatomy was rough. I'm so glad I survived that. But yeah, my classmate was like, oh yeah, we were all failing in anatomy like after the first test. And I said, who was we? And she was just like, you didn't fail? No, I was never failing anatomy. I've never had a failing. Well, I won't say I've never had a failing grade because the final exam I got like a 68 or something like that. I didn't know nothing on that final exam. It was too much going on, and we had to take it early a week before. Girl, whatever. But that's not the point. The point is I was never failing anatomy, and the fact that she was like she named 5 people that was failing anatomy, mind you, it was 8 of us in the class. 5 of them was failing. And I said, y'all was failing? And she was like, yeah, we were all failing after the first test. I was like, and I thought I did bad on that first test. But I wasn't failing bad. I had like I don't know what I got on first test, but it wasn't failing. So then that's when it clicked to me. I'm just like, well, it didn't click. It clicked to me, but it didn't click to me because I was still comparing myself. But I was just like, that's so crazy you said that. And I was never failing. I was never in that group. Like, I know we didn't talk, so y'all wouldn't have known what I was going on. So I'm pretty sure that everybody kind of just assumed that everybody was failing. But I wasn't failing, you know? So I'm like, that's rough. Another thing is, like, when we're in class, like, everybody asks each other questions. Like, I'm a good person to be asking questions. If I don't know something, I'm going to ask. If something is due, I'm going to ask. Like, I'm going to ask all of the questions because I genuinely don't know. And I don't want to be, looking crazy, because I have a hard time with, like, trying to figure it out but don't actually know what's going on. And sometimes I'll turn in a template that wasn't the template that we were supposed to turn in, and everybody else is on the same page, and I'm literally the only one turning in the wrong thing. So it's like I'll be getting zeros on stuff that I didn't even have to get zeros on. So now I ask questions all the time. And which is, first of all, to have imposter syndrome, I have a big evidence on why I have this. Like, I'm just not out here thinking people I'm less than just cause. Just woke up one day thinking less than. No. I have hardcore evidence, reasons why I should, because I be doing the dumbest stuff, like turning in templates when it's clear as day right there. And then sometimes I be asking my classmates, because I've had teachers in the past, can't even compare it to now, because these teachers really want you to ask questions, they don't want you to fail. I've had teachers in the past like, oh, ask your classmates first before you ask me. So I'm asking my classmates, and they're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm just like, y'all want me to ask these classmates, not them. But I'm trying to ask my classmates, and half the time they don't be knowing. So I just be like, you know what, F it, we ball. I'm just going to turn in anything. And when I turn in anything, everybody else done turn in the right thing, and I'm the only one turning in the wrong thing. And I'm just like, I thought y'all didn't know. So now I look crazy. But I was trying not to. So it's just like, I should have just asked my teacher. But I'm over here trying to avoid asking my teacher and just ask my classmates. But everybody talking about something they didn't know. And it be throwing me off. Then, I be knowing the answer to stuff in class. But sometimes my classmates don't ask me. They'll ask somebody else. Or if they do ask me and I tell them the correct answer, they'll literally go and ask somebody else. And then the person was like, they'll be like, oh yeah, Carol's right. Like, that's what that was about. You didn't believe me? You didn't think I would know the answer to that? I mean, I know I asked a lot of questions, but I asked a lot of questions so I could know the answers to some things. But like, dang, give me some type of credit. Like, golly, like, I'm not the slowest. Like, but stuff like that. When people don't even come to me or ask me questions, but then when people do come to me, I be like happy. But I also like, dang, like, I don't want to get you the wrong answer, or I didn't look that far ahead. You know what I mean? Like, cause you just, it's a whole thing. It's just a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It really is. But I have valid reasons to feel. I'm just not out here feeling less than, I promise. I have valid reasons to why I feel the way I feel. But it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So back to why I felt like I didn't have A's and B's. Am I loud? Am I whispering? I'll look back on this footage later. Anyways, so presentation, bombed that, got an 82. Fast forward, it's time to do the neuro lab. So we got our client, because sometimes we do these things where you'll get your client or the case study 24 hours before. But this time we got our case study a couple of days before. Yeah, like I think my practicum was like on a Wednesday, and I got my case study on Saturday, but I didn't look at it until like Tuesday, because that's just how my brain works. I can't, girl, I don't know. So, yeah, so I got my case study or whatever, and I think my patient had Parkinson's. He had Parkinson's, and I had to get him, he wanted to do transfers, tub transfers and stuff. And, I did great on that practicum, like 10 out of 10. That's probably one of my best practicums. My teacher even said it. She was like, you did a really good job. You had him doing a whole bunch of functional activities. She was like, you were confident, and that's one of my goals. Like, my teacher is also my counselor, and she does check-ins every part of the year, and we go over goals and see if you accomplished them or whatever. So, which is also Brittany, the person that I said that I survived her class. She is that person. So, 10 out of 10. But anyways, yeah. So she was telling me, my confidence. She was like, you seem like an OT. You feel like an OT. I felt like I was watching an OT, and I was like, period. I love that. So, I feel like I did a great job. And I was like, dang, like, I had ChatGPT, what grade did I need? Because at this point, I had a 79 point, like, 3 in the class. And I was like, asking ChatGPT, what do I need to get on this practicum to get an 80 in the class? And ChatGPT was like, oh, you need, I think it said an 84. And I was like, okay, cool. I think I did more than an 84. I did that. It's cool. It's cool. So she's putting grades in, and I'm thinking she's putting the practicum in, but she's putting the old stuff in. And the old stuff had brought my 79 that I just calculated for ChatGPT down to a 77. So I was like, God damn it. Grr. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm screwed. So then I went in ChatGPT again, and I was like, okay, Chat, what do I need to get to get an 80 in this class if I now have a 77? And it was like, oh, you need a 90. And I said, okay, you know, that's not bad. Like, I really did a good job. But the problem is when you do a practicum, you do the hands-on stuff, you have to write a SOAP note. The SOAP note is going to be the death of me. And I really, 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 really hope that when I get on field work, that I figure out, I hope like my field work does a lot of documenting so I can learn how to write a SOAP note, because learning how to write a SOAP note in classes is kind of hard because it's like they expect certain things, but even though SOAP notes don't really exist when you actually get on field work, and like they don't have that type of documentation on field work. Like they'll type in the patient name and then you click like yes or no, did they participate, what did you do, and then that's kind of just it. Like they don't really have SOAP notes when you actually get off on your thing. But like in school you have to follow like coast goals or smart goals. Like it's a whole thing. It's so technical, but it's just like it's so hard for me to do it because like I either put too much or I put too little. Like there's no in between. Like I don't know how to balance it. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So I was like, okay, yeah, this SOAP note is probably gonna be the death of me. Like I know that I did 90 plus as far as the hands-on part, but the SOAP note part, don't know. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, I know I did good on the hands-on, but I don't know about the SOAP note. But now I need a 90 to get an 80. We just gonna hope for the best. So I was like, so at the end of each semester, the dean of the program sends out a letter basically saying like, hey, you know, you passed this semester and you are progressing to the next semester. Like you gotta, it tells you your GPA and it tells you that you're gonna move on to the next semester. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm at this point, I don't want to see my final grades. I'm just gonna wait on her letter, because that's all I want to know. I just want to know I moved on to the next part. Because I think in our program, if you get less than a 74, it's an F. And I'm just like, I know I did not fail that last practicum, so I know I'm not going to get an F. But also, like, dang, like, I've been A's and B's all this time, and I'm just like, I already fumbled the straight A summer bag and got a B. I got an 89, pissed. Because I really fumbled that so bad. And it didn't even have to be like that, but that was on me. And it's always on me because I keep doing stupid stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. So I was just like, I got the letter, and the letter was like, because I really wanted to get my GPA up. And the semester GPA, I think I had like a 3.3, so it brought my overall down to a 3.5. When my first semester I had 3.7, then it dropped to like a 3.5, then it went to a 3.6 over the summer, and then dropped back down to a 3.5. So I was just like, dang, okay, cool. So I was like, when I saw that it was a semester GPA of a 3.3, I was like, ugh, I definitely got that C. So fast forward, first week of classes started January 5th. I don't know why. I was like, you know what? I'm going to look at my grades. And one of my classmates was like, yeah, I didn't look at the grades. I just waited to the letter because she was also having a hard time this semester. A lot of us was. But she was specifically having a really hard time. Not going to get into that. But she said she just waited on her letter. She still don't know what she got for the semester, but she's just was waiting on her letter. So I said, T-girl, understand. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to look. Let me go look at the semester GPA and see, or not semester GPA, just the grades. I opened them grades. Why I had all A's and B's? Cause I was like, that teacher, she ain't doing no rounding. I had a 79.55 when I last looked at that grade, because I needed a 90. I got an 87 on that practical, and with the SOAP note and all that stuff, got an 87 on that. Y'all didn't tell me my eye was ashy. Y'all could have told me my eyes was ashy. Anyways, yeah. So that teacher don't do no rounding. And when I saw all A's and B's, I was like, So I saw that it said a B minus. Like I got a B minus in the class, and I was like, I didn't even know A's, A plus, A's, B minus. I thought that was TV stuff, but it is grad school be having that. So it said that I got a B minus in the course. So in my head, I'm just like, still not believing it, which I had to work on that. So I saw that I had to B minus, and I was like, okay, let me go look at the syllabus, because the way the syllabus, it breaks down like what the grades mean. So I was like, maybe I still have a 79.55, and it's just considered a B minus because it's so high. So I looked at the syllabus, and I saw like the grade breakdown, and everybody has the same breakdown for their syllabus. Like it's not different per class. Like the grade breakdown is literally the same. So it's like 90 5, I think, to 100 is a 4.0. 90, like, or a 93 to 100 is like a 4.0, and then it starts dropping down like to a 3.9 or 3.8 or something, whatever. It breaks down like that, like how much what it is, and like if it's a 4.0 or it doesn't break it down by A minus, B minus, or whatever. It breaks it down like 4.0, 3.8. It just keeps going down to like a 70 is like F. So I look for the B minus, or what would be considered a B minus, or just a B in general, and I saw that it was like from 75 to 79 was a C plus, and I was like, okay, I should have had a C plus if it was a 79. And it said that a B minus starts at 80. So I was like, I think it was like a 80 to an 82 was like a B minus, or 80 to an 83. And I was like, so a 79 is not a B at all. Like, it cuts off. So I was just like, maybe because it was 79.5, like that's why it was a B. But it was like, no, you have to get exactly at 80 on the dot for it to be a B minus. And I was like, dang, I gotta be in that class. Like, I actually, and I was like, the fact that like it took me so long to even like give myself a B. Like, you did good. You did good, and you're still fighting it. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? And I was just so happy because I was just like, dang, like I literally didn't open them grades until the next year. Like, granted, it was 3 weeks later that the grades came out, but still, like, you waited so long to open your grades when you were fine. Like, you did fine. You did what you were supposed to do. You showed up. You did it. You did it. You didn't want any C's. You didn't get any C's. Like, I really got to do better, because I be beating myself up worse than the doggone semester do. And I'm just like, girl, like, it really ain't that deep. And I can't say that I ain't have a good time, because, like, when I went back home, I had a time. I had a great time when I went back home. I was like, we gonna either drink because I got a C, or drink because I did it. But I didn't even look. I was just drinking just to drink at that point, Lock me up. Call AA. I don't know. So, yeah. I got all A's and B's, and I didn't get a 79 or a high 70 something. I got an 80 in the class, which gave me my B minus. So, period. C's don't get degrees. Well, they do, but my degree won't have it. I don't know. It was something about, like, I kept imagining my transcript. I just wanted to be like A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. Like, everybody can't have A's, but I just wanted my transcript to be pretty. Like, a C would really throw it off. Like, that'd be so ugly. Like, ugh, you got a C? Like, my camera is saying that there's an infant on screen. That's crazy. But, oh, come on, scan. After I got the crust out my eye because y'all didn't tell me. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, next topic. I already told you guys about field work, that I was in the school system, which was school-based peds, and it was 10 out of 10. I think I said it in the last video. But this semester, when I first started classes, like, we have this thing called Moodle, and it has all your classes in it, and it only had 4. So they said that this semester was going to be our easiest semester, and honestly, I don't believe nothing anybody say anymore, because I mean, I can believe them, but at the same time, I guess it's just how you process it, because they said last semester was going to be our hardest, which, I mean, I guess it was, because I did fight for my life, and I did, yeah, imposter syndrome was at an all-time high, and mentally, yes, it was hard, but, like, realistically, no. Is that the same thing? Probably. I don't know. But, yeah, this is supposed to be our chill semester or whatever. That's what they say. But I got, like, my final capstone, and I'm kind of, like, I'm not struggling with my capstone, but it's just producing it and knowing by the end of this semester, like, I would have published a capstone project. It's kind of crazy to think about, because I needed to graduate or whatever, or even to start field work over the summer. And it's just like, my capstone project is about reducing recidivism in the adult mental health unit. And I've been going to the mental health unit, and it's great. And I'm producing groups or whatever. And I'm implementing RAPs. So the adult mental health, the patients in the adult mental health is going to do RAPs and see, like, if it helps them to, like, not relapse, or just help them in general. And then I'm going to do a outcome measure on one of the people that's on the unit, to see if my project worked, basically. And I don't really know how I feel about it. Like, I'm happy. Like, every time I think about it, or every time I talk about it with them, and we have all these meetings and we discuss the project, I feel like, whoa, like, this is a big thing. Like, and because of my project, they're opening an OT position at the hospital. And I think that's really cool because they didn't have an OT on that floor at all. But, you know, because I wanted to do my project on the adult mental health unit, they were like, you know what, we should get an OT up here. Like, I feel like that would be helpful. And I thought that was just so cool. Like, if y'all see a job for Claxton Hepburn Hospital Adult Mental Health Unit, that was me. I put that job on the map. You there because of me, my capstone project. So if y'all see me in the newspaper, y'all better come get your autographs now because that was me. I put y'all on the map. Not the hospital, they was already on the map, but the job itself. I'm not taking credit for the hospital. Y'all do what y'all want. I don't know when y'all found it, but that OT job, that was me. You know what I mean? And the lady was like, somebody asked me, they was like, what if they offered you the position? Would you stay? No, but that one. Yeah. I've had my fair share of Potsdam. Thank you, love you, but I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. But yeah. So when I talk about it, like, it gets my adrenaline pumping because it's just like, dang, like, I'm really in the front face of this. Like, I'm about to really, like, do this. Like, I don't know what it is that I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Like, I know what it is that I'm doing. Like, I know what the project is about. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to write about. But it's just, like, the fact that it's going to be something bigger. Like, the fact that there's going to be a poster ceremony and I have to talk about my project and I have to compete and it's going to get published. Like, somebody's going to be able to, like, look up my research. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, it's crazy that my name is going to be on something that big. And it's just, like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like, it's, like, this is real. Like, I gotta lock in. Like, I was already locked in, but I really can't BS for real because people are going to look this up. So, yeah, like that, it's not overwhelming because it's coming together and I really have a helpful teacher that's like grounding me and keeping me like, girl, yeah, you can do this. Like, yeah, this is all you. This is you, girl. This is your project. This is you. And it's just like, that's cool. That's kind of cool. And I just hope that, like, it's really good. It's going to be good. She tells me all the time that it's going to be good and that this is a great project and I'm doing a great job. So, love to hear that from her. So, yeah. Yeah, something's wrong with me. I had started that conversation talking about the Moodle page, but anyways, there's 4 classes on the Moodle page, and I thought I only had 4 classes. I never really look at the syllabus or the schedule. I saw what class, like, I have class on Monday, I have class on Tuesday, don't have class on Wednesday, don't have class on Friday, have class on Thursday. But the way it looks on the schedule, it doesn't look like that many classes. And the last time that, you know, we got our schedule, it just showed, like, the class number. It don't tell you the name of the class. And some of the class numbers was the same because it was a lab to a class that we took on Monday. The lab will be on Thursday, stuff like that. So I'm over here thinking, like, all the classes are joined. So when we came in on Monday and it said that I had 4 classes, I was like, oh, bet, we only got 4 classes. Easy breezy, beautiful. This is going to be an easy semester. But every time I got in the class and I kept logging into Moodle when I got to a different teacher's class, my old boxes kept popping up. And I said, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? And then I'm looking, and 4 classes went to 7. And I was like, again? Y'all ain't tired of having classes? I'm just like, oh my God. So yeah, girl, 7 classes. Oh boy, whoever watching this. 7 classes this semester. And it's supposed to be easy though. That's what they say. But I'm gonna make it easy. We're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a good time. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We cool. We cool. All right. I think that concludes my TED Talk. I think we talked about everything. I had a list of things that I wanted to talk about so I could stay on track, but I'm pretty sure I still use filler words like you know. I tried to do my best, but you know what? This year, this semester, this is my last didactic. I'm done. I'm done after this. I'm heading to Atlanta back when I'm done last week of April. So April 27th week is finals week. And then I'm off on field work after that. You know, first field work starts in May. And it starts, well, I hope it starts in May. I hope it starts as soon as I get out of school because the earlier it starts, the better because I have annual training. Ugh. I have annual training and that's going to take up 3 weeks or 2 weeks. And I don't tell nobody I got a cruise. And yeah, we just going to add that. But, yeah. That's gonna take up 3 weeks. So it's just like all of the days that I miss, I gotta add on to the, like, in August. And the next field work starts in September, it's supposed to. And which is fine, but it's just I'm not gonna have a summer if I keep missing, you know, field works. It's just gonna keep adding on. So I'm supposed to, even with the 3 weeks that I'm out for military and stuff, my last day of field work should be around the second week of August, but it might be like towards the end of August, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. And I only got a few days that I'll miss the fall semester. You know, fall semester I'll be in Arizona. Really can't wait to do that. I'm gonna take full advantage of Arizona. Arizona gonna get tired of me. I'm gonna do something every weekend because I need to be at everybody's hike. I want to see Sedona. I want to see the waves, the antelope, the girl. I'm seeing it all. I'm gonna take full advantage. And at first I was like, I can't go to Arizona, not because I didn't want to, but it's just like where I'm gonna stay, what I'm gonna do. But then I had talked to family. I think I talked about this in the last video, but I got family there. Then I start thinking about technically, I'm like, do I buy my own groceries? Which I want to buy my own groceries. It's just like, am I gonna have space? Do I need to buy a whole refrigerator for my groceries? Like, is it okay if I cook in y'all kitchen? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's somebody else's house. So it's like, I'm on edge because I'm just like, I don't know how to survive or live in somebody else's stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a freeloader as is because I'm already staying in y'all place. And yeah, I have a job. I can't be without a job because I need a job. Like, you know, so I can feel less like a freeloader. Even though they probably like, girl, just vibe. Like, you know, we'll take everything. I still got bills. I just can't be sitting in people's house comfortable and cool like it just, you know, like, I can't. Anyways, so yeah, yeah, this semester we're gonna lock in. We're good. We're done. I don't know where I was starting it or where I ended it with this conversation, but I got 4 months. I have 4 months left. Some of these classes are 12 weeks long because the first year start field work. I don't have any field work this semester, but they do. So our classes, some of our classes with them end a little early and sooner so they can go off on field work. But the rest of our classes keep going. Our classes, second year's classes. So they'll be off on field work. So hopefully that's exciting for them. But yeah, if you're in grad school, you got this. Don't get imposter syndrome like I did. Don't doubt yourself like I did. Don't think you're less than like I did. You are doing more. You are doing great. You're doing better than you think you are. You're going to outdo yourself every single time. Every time that you think you're failing, you're probably passing, and you're probably passing and doing better than somebody right next to you who is selected to be the class #1 student. Like, you might have been #1 in the teacher's eyes, but in the grade book, you're exceeding. Also, grades don't really mean much here. Let me not say because they probably mean much wherever you are. But here, like, my teacher, literally the first semester when we started, they're like, you know, we've had students that had gotten straight A's, but they're terrible therapists. We would never let them work on anybody in our family. But they got straight A's. They can show for it on paper, but like when it came to being a therapist, absolutely not. And it's just like, you know what? I'll take that. I might not be the brightest when it comes to books and writing and reading and figuring out articles, because there's a lot of articles you have to read and capstones and it's so many articles and citations, and there's so much you have to keep up with, and they're so particular about the lining of the citations. You get points taken off if stuff is italicized. You get points taken off if the indentation ain't the right number, and it's so much. Capstone is so much, and it's just like, oh my god. Oh my god. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be an occupational therapist, and I'm going to have a master's in it. Because that's what I prayed for. And my plan aligns with God's plan. And that's all that matters. And that's all that matters for you too. Because while you think that you're a failure, you're absolutely not. Because you know why? You know why? Every time you think you're a failure and you get that letter, that progression letter, you're right next to the person that has straight A's. So even though you got straight C's, you're going to be an OT too. And they're probably going to pick you. Not them for any awards. Not, like, your teachers are not going to pick you for nothing. But like, I meant like a patient is going to pick you. They're going to pick the C+ student over the straight A student, because that straight A student don't have heart. They don't love the patient. Yeah. So don't be like me. Be better than me. And I'm going to be better than me too, because that's what it's all about. Okay? So you got this. I got this. We got this. Okay? Lock in. This is our last classroom semester. And we're off. And then we got 24 weeks. And you're going to be walking across that stage. I can't wait. When I tell you I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Honestly, I just can't wait to leave here. Honestly, I'm ready to wrap this up. I'm ready to wrap all this snow, this ice, throwing out the car an hour before I got school. I'm ready to wrap this up. I'm tired of this. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I'm tired of being, that's probably why I couldn't hear myself in the first clip. I'm over here thinking if I'm speaking loud enough. They done got me sick up here. I had flu shot after flu shot. I ain't been sick all this time. But I don't even think it was up here. I think it was when I flew in. Sorry. editor cut and then add this to the event side. Thank you very much. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, so I'm over here sick because I flew into Montreal. Montreal really played in my face. Let me tell you how. So I have a little bus pass because obviously I'm a local. Where my bus pass at? Yeah, I got a little bus card pass because I be in Montreal so doggone often. I was like, I might as well get a bus pass because I go up there because I be parking for free. I don't be parking at the airport or because, you know, Syracuse, they be charging, they be taxing up there. By the time I get done from being at home, I was at home for 2 weeks. I was not going to come back to a $300 bill, parking bill, no. So I flew out of Montreal, parked for free, caught the bus, went to the airport. But I didn't catch the bus because I got there at 5 a.m. and I got a lift. But on the way back, you know, I catch the bus to the parking lot at the train station and I get my car and I leave. Girl, boy, whoever watching, I waited for the bus. The bus stop changed. Then I get to the bus stop. I'm over here running to the bus stop. Montreal people don't wait. They don't wait for nobody. Them buses, they don't care. Them people in Montreal are so rude. Y'all food so good. People rude. Just rude. I've gotten into it with so many bus drivers and I don't understand. That's why I'm just like, I just be having to have my stuff. They kicked me off the bus one time. But anyways, that's because I ain't had that card I just showed you now, which obviously doesn't work because I chased down 2 buses. Then when I got on the bus, I used my card and it kept saying refuse, refuse, refuse. So I'm asking the dude, because they can speak English, by the way. They can, but they refuse to talk to me. Don't know why, because they're rude. But anyways, I'm over here, I'm like, dude, the thing is refusing. Like, he was like, are you gonna help me? Because if I sit down, ain't nobody going. Then you're gonna be mad. Because the last dude was mad when I just sat down and my thing wasn't working. So I was trying to be respectful. I'm just like, can you help me out? He was like, I don't know. I got off the bus so irritated and I just stopped in my tracks and I just bust out crying because I'm just irritated at this point because I'm just like, bro, like, I'm just trying to get to my car. My plane landed at 5 o'clock. It's 6:30. I'm still at the airport. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to just call a Lyft or Uber or something. How I got there is how I'm going to get back. I'm going to the airport and there's like Uber, Lyft signs and all that stuff. The Uber line was wrapped around 3 times. Taxi line wrapped around 3 times. Girl on the phone crying to my son. She been at this airport for 3 hours and she can't leave because the lines are so long. I said, this is a line for an Uber. If I call an Uber for myself, I'm not waiting in line for somebody to get my Uber. Are you kidding me? So it was like all the cars was like lined up and whoever was first, they were sending the people to go get in the cars. And I'm just like, that's crazy to me. If I call a Uber and they pick up my call, that call for me. I'm skipping all y'all. So I'm just like, at this point, I said, I cannot stay at this airport any longer. I cannot. It's 7 o'clock at this point. I cannot. My plane landed at 5. I'm ready to go home. So I looked up how far the walk was. It said 20 minutes. 22 minutes, actually. And I got the walking, me and my luggage, and I'm just boohoo crying all the way there. And that's probably why I was sick, because crying, water, cold, I couldn't feel nothing. I would just walk all the way to my car, and it really wasn't that far of a walk. Like, of course, it was 22 minutes, but like in relation to the airport, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Maybe I couldn't see because I was crying. Anyways, besides the point, I get to the car. Literally everything is frozen. As soon as I got in the car, I started feeling all of my senses. Like they started coming back and everything was stinging and burning. That's how cold it was. It was -2 degrees and I walked for 22 minutes in -2 degrees, which is probably why I'm sick. But yeah, Sunday was terrible. Sunday was absolutely garbage and I just cried. It was so bad. Everything was bad. But everything's good now. Love my classes. Well, I can't really say I love them because I just started them. I really don't even know what any of my classes are about. Only class I know about is capstone, and then I got peds. So I don't really know what's going on. So I'll come back and check in with y'all later on in the semester. Hopefully, maybe. Ain't no maybe. I need to. I need these progress. I hate that it took even so long, but now you know why it took so long for me to get back to me. Because I thought that I was a failure when I really wasn't. So maybe I should come back often to remind myself that you are not a failure. You will be an OT. You will have your master's before 30. You will pass your tests. Your MBCOT test. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I have a class about MBCOT. Yeah, it's strictly on MBCOT. And I have to take that. But I'm going to save that for another video. When I take the test, it's an OTKE, OT knowledge exam or something like that. It gives you a gauge of where you're going to be when you take the actual exam. So that'll be my next video. It's due on the 20th. I haven't taken it yet. I need to remember to take it. I actually need to write that down because I will forget. But yeah, maybe I'll give y'all a video next week. Corel, give yourself a video next week. And yeah, because you ain't have no choice. Or maybe you do. You probably, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. This is obviously on the other end of it, so maybe I'll put the. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Peace.
Think big, bitch.